Chapter 1. I looked past my frozen breath, hanging in the air like the word clouds in a cartoon, and stared up at the bubblegum pink sign above the shop. My jaw came unhinged without me having any say in the matter. I felt my eyes bulge as I reread the words on the sign again. Peppers, pies, pastries, and other pick-me-ups. And then my eyes dropped down, finding the banner strung below the sign. Grand opening today. I suddenly felt as if I might lose the slice of chocolate bourbon pecan pie I'd eaten back at my own shop for taste testing purposes all over the sidewalk. A middle-aged woman abruptly bumped into me as she passed by, her overflowing shopping bags hitting the back of my legs. I stumbled forward, then waited for an apology, but one never came. The woman just went on her way, too caught up in the December shopping frenzy to care much about anybody else. Sometimes this time of year could be just too much, even for a town where it was Christmas all year round. The Humane Society Cocker Spaniel I was walking, which the shelter manager had named Chadwick, growled in the rude woman's general direction. I tightened up the leash, afraid that he might have more to say to her if he was given the chance. Maybe I would have been more bothered by the stranger's poor behavior if I wasn't so distracted by something else at the moment. I glanced up again at the new sign. For weeks, I'd been watching from across the street as movers and plumbers and electricians came in and out of this shop. The storefront had been sitting vacant for almost a year, having been a men's clothing store for almost 40 years before that. The clothing store recently went out of business when Harry Pugmire Sr., the owner, passed on at the ripe age of 96. Someone had bought the old musty shop this fall and had gone a long ways toward renovating it. There'd been lots of rumors in the meantime about what was going in there, but it had been a mystery for the most part. Until now. I felt my stomach tighten as I peered in the shop window. It was shortly after the lunch hour, and the tables inside Pepper's Pies were all full. Hordes of holiday shoppers were sitting around, laughing, drinking coffee, eating croissants, eating turnovers, eating brownies, eating pie. I swallowed hard, a sick feeling rising up from my gut and through my throat. I had thought this place was going to be a coffee shop or a bagel place or a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. I didn't think that it would be a pie shop, directly across the street from my pie shop. Just then the bakery's front door opened, and a pleasant burst of warm, sugary air hit me in the face. A woman in her mid-20s, wearing a pink apron and with hair the color of embers, held the door open, stepping near me. Her apron read, Pepper's Pies. "I promise we don't bite," she said, her perfectly shaped lips curling up into a glowing smile. "What?" I said, feeling as though I'd been jarred awake. "I saw you standing out here, and I just thought you might need an extra nudge to help you get inside the door," she said. "And since it's the grand opening today, if you're not 100% happy with my pies and pastries, I'll give you your money back, no questions asked." I felt my mouth go dry. You're Pepper, the owner?" I said. "Sure am. Now, what do you say to a nice hot slice of pie?" I felt my face go numb. It was like I was in some sort of bad Twilight Zone, a parallel universe where this town had two pie shops instead of one, and that the pie shops were right across the street from each other, almost mirror images. But instead of being in some nether part of a strange universe, my feet were firmly on the ground, here in this universe's Christmas River. This was actually happening. I swallowed hard, about to tell her who I was, but I struggled to find the basic words of introduction. I started, looking down at Chadwick. He wagged his tail at the woman, and she leaned down for a moment, patting his head. "What a precious dog," she said, scratching behind his flappy ears. Chadwick sat down, loving every moment of the attention. He didn't even growl the way he usually did when a person he didn't know started petting him. "He's not mine," I said abruptly. "I just volunteer at the Humane Society is all. Sometimes I walk the dogs."